Hello, this video is called, subtitled, Mitt Romney is an Idiot. Finally, you've seen some politicians go after Giuliani for his endless flip-flops. There's no topic he has not flip-flopped on. That's Giuliani. But I was the only one who's been saying for 10 years, one example I would give was the line item veto. Now, Giuliani for decades said the President of the United States must have a line item veto. That means when the Congress presents him a bill, Reagan and Bush and the rest of these clowns can go, I'll take that yes and that no. They don't have to sign the bill all or nothing. They can pick and choose what they want to keep. Giuliani fought for that for decades. Never once mentioned a constitutional amendment. Then President Clinton finally got it. And Rudy was like, hooray! Oops. The first thing Bill Clinton uses it for is to deny New York City like $500 million. Rudy Giuliani, as always, does a magical flip-flop. Changes his story completely. Ends up suing the Clinton administration and actually wins in court. He says that this violates the separation of the three powers, the three branches. Very rare that Giuliani wins a court case, but he won it. Bravo. Props to you, Giuliani. I'm not sure if he's right or wrong. I didn't look at the details of the case, but that's not the point. The point is, Giuliani did a 180 flip-flop. Now, his argument was he was for it before he was against it. And I agree with you, Rudy. But it's worse than Mitt Romney says. Mitt Romney says Rudy Giuliani shot down this conservative ideal. It's worse than that, Romney. Rudy Giuliani fought for it. Mitt Romney left that part out. Rudy fought for this legislation for decades. And when he got it, he flip-flopped as soon as it was used against him. Classic Giuliani piece of shit, two-face, flip-flop and flip-flopper. The newspapers don't want to talk about it. But it's worse. Now, they actually allowed you, they print Rudy Giuliani's excuses and lies like they mean something. Rudy said, I'm for the line of veto, but there has to be a constitutional amendment to allow it. Now, I'm totally for this, people. I'm sorry I'm the one who killed it, but that's only because they didn't do it properly. Rudy Giuliani, I'm challenging you right now. You or any piece of shit in your administration or your staff or in your campaign, whatever. You show me one piece of evidence that you wanted a constitutional amendment for the 20 years you were fighting for it. Just one piece of evidence, you lying piece of shit. A press conference, a press release, any evidence, you piece of shit. Because you made that up after you got caught by Romney, you piece of shit. You made it up. I could be wrong, Rudy. So you better post on this video and post a video on YouTube showing the press conference where you demanded, at the time, a constitutional amendment. If you don't, Rudy, this one scandal is enough to end your career. Sadly, it's not going to stop you. That's why Rudy doesn't answer any questions. Because he knows, I don't have to answer questions. All the corporations are behind me. I don't have to explain anything. I can make shit up and just say the lies over and over again. Because every corporation is endorsing me. That's great too. Notice that Rudy often he's been using the liberal media. All four newspapers in New York City, the liberal media, endorsed Rudy. Is he saying he's a giant liberal darling of the liberal media? Because that's what I'm saying, Rudy. If the media is liberal, Rudy, then you're a dirty liberal. Because they all endorsed you, you dirty liberal. And you are a dirty liberal. The worst liberal in history. And you're also the worst fake conservative in history. You're fake in every way, you piece of shit. Now, show us the proof. Every reporter alone should say, Rudy, you either show us the evidence that you demanded a constitutional amendment before Romney called you on your flip-flopping, or else we're going to end your career. But they're not going to do that. We're fucked. Journalists are the enemy of all humanity.